The event of Pentecost in the year 33 A.D. was the birthday of our church. The disciples gathered together in Jerusalem, and they were filled with the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit has guided our church from that moment forward. Now, on the event of Pentecost in the year 2021, I pray for a rebirth and a renewal of our church here in this diocese. As it says in the prayer of the Pentecost sequence, "Come, Holy Spirit, come, and from your celestial home shed a ray of light divine. Heal our wounds, our strength renew. On our dryness pour your dew. Bend our stubborn heart and will. Melt the frozen, warm the chill." As you know, for the past 14 months, I have dispensed Catholics in this diocese from the obligation to attend Mass on Sundays and holy days of obligation. This was because of the serious circumstances of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the conditions of that pandemic in our area of West Texas have changed dramatically in the past few months. The number of active COVID cases has remained low week after week, and the COVID patient load in our hospitals is very low. And the number of coronavirus fatalities has been reduced significantly. And now the vaccines are widely available. And because of this significant improvement of our situation locally, I've made a very important decision that goes into effect on this Pentecost weekend of 2021. I've decided to end the general dispensation from the obligation to attend Mass on Sundays and holy days of obligation, starting now, this weekend. From this point on, Catholics in our Diocese of San Angelo are dispensed from the Sunday obligation only if any of the following criteria apply to them. If they're age 65 or over, or if they're caring for the sick, or if they are sick, including those who have tested positive for the coronavirus, and those who've had close contact with someone who has tested positive for the coronavirus, regardless of how well they feel, or if they have underlying health conditions, or if they're truly and sincerely fearful that they may contract the coronavirus. A true and sincere fear is one that keeps you from attending non-required activities, such as eating in a restaurant, or gatherings with family and friends, attending a movie theater, etc. If any of those criteria apply to you, then the Sunday obligation does not apply to you at this time. However, those who don't meet any of those criteria are obligated to attend Mass on Sundays and holy days of obligation. For them, this obligation is not satisfied by watching a virtual Mass or a live-streamed Mass. As much as possible, we're still offering these virtual Masses for the sake of those who are not able to come to church for Mass. Here in the Diocese of San Angelo, a couple of weeks ago on Mother's Day weekend, we moved into our more relaxed Phase 2 protocols for liturgies. And in this current Phase 2 in our diocese, face masks for those attending the liturgy are not mandated, but they're strongly encouraged. And now we can use every pew in the church, and the social distance requirement of 6 feet has now been reduced to 3 feet. Now, I still encourage every parish and mission church in our diocese, or every cluster of churches, to offer at least one opportunity for people to attend Mass on Sundays and holy days of obligation with adherence to those former, stricter Phase 1 protocols. That's to accommodate those people who are uncomfortable with or leery of the more relaxed Phase 2 protocols. The local pastor will be the one who decides how that works best for his communities. Even considering the current improved coronavirus conditions, all the Phase 1 protocols are still available to be used as needed in the judgment of the local pastor. My hope in this new phase of our history is that the Holy Spirit will help us to revive our participation in the sacraments and to re-engage people in active parish life. I pray that the Holy Spirit will transform our hearts from fear to deeper faith, from division to unity, from selfishness to generosity, from apathy to action, and from isolation to a new missionary spirit. This is a great opportunity for us as a church in West Texas. Now that we're into these Phase 2 protocols, we have more opportunities to reach out and re-evangelize our people and allow our parishes to be born again. May the Holy Spirit help us to bring our people back to the active practice of the faith. Lord, send out your Spirit and renew the face of the earth.